Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing great. In this video, I am going to talk about a project that I have launched recently. It's called Form Axis. Uh, it's an AI-powered form builder or generator that uses a conversational kind of chat interface rather than having a bunch of questions, unlike the traditional form builders like Google Forms or so. It's fully AI based. You just have to give bunch of prompt for LLM to read the context, and on the basis of that, it will generate some random question which you can totally customize. And so, I'd like to discuss first. Let me discuss about some of the features in the applications, and later we will discuss on the technical stacks that I have used to build the project in just a few days. I have logged in with my account, but you can use your Google account or email password authentication based on your preference. If you see the dashboard, you can see all the analytics and everything of the forms, the number of the forms, responses, the total response time of each individual to complete the forms, and so the main section is your form section, where you can see the list of the forms that have been already created. But for this video, I would like to demo you the total process of creating the forms, and so um, let us give a prompt for the system to generate the certain questions for a form builder. As shown in the placeholder, I will just show customer satisfaction survey for foreign e-commerce. Customer satisfaction. Yes, I would like to just give a simple context, but the preferred way will be to give longer context so that it will be easier for AI to generate the relevant question so that you don't have to edit it later. On the second section, you can see the topics or the questions that you want to have included in the form, so that the more and more relevant question will be more and more relevant question will be generated. It's totally optional section, so you can totally skip it. But for now, um, I would like to give you some context about customer service, delivery, so that at least three of the questions will be from this section. We can now generate the form. Typically, it takes around 5 to 10 seconds, so it's pretty quick in comparison to the other form builders that are there in the market. I think it has already generated the form. On the right side, you can see the list of the questions that I have generated. Um, you can see 8 questions with the description, with the label of each and every question. You can edit the question text, description, field type, placeholder, mean length, max length, and all sort of validation. You can even edit those form, edit the question, delete it if you don't find it useful, or even add the new question if you want. For now, I don't want to edit any of such thing. And on the right side, you can see the preview mode or preview panel. So it acts as a kind of playground, so you can visualize it while you are editing the form. Uh, and besides that, you can also edit the form settings, like the things like the maximum response you want to record, expiry date of the forms, and so um, the UI is quite snappy. So if I edit something, it will just generate everything on the go. So it's quite snappy. I will go on the technical details on the later part of the video. After that, you can just publish the form. uh, um, After the form is being published, either you can share the link on your platform on the social media or so, or you can directly preview the form, what kind of form it has been generated. But typically what will you do is just copy the share link and share with your respondents so that they will be able to fill up the form. For now, let's just preview it how the form has been created. So this is the link. Each of the question will have separate links. Each of the forms will have separate links, so it will be unique as well. Uh, as you can see, it's just a chat interface. There aren't list of the questions, but user will be able to see how much questions they have, so that it will be easier for them to know beforehand how much they have. They need to fill up. Yeah, I have just fill out some of the details. As you can see, it's just a chat interface that you might be habituated with in seeing using the applications, messaging applications. On the top, there will be progress bar as well. Form is because is on the dark and light mode, so that won't be a problem. Besides that, let's go back to the forms itself, and I do want to show you about the responses. Sorry, I do want to show you the responses of the form that I have already created. Here is the response panel that you can view. The answers and the applicants time, as well as stats for the response as well. It's totally real time, and so besides that, you can also archive and unarchive the form. So example, if I do archive the form, the user won't be able to see or see or fill up the form, so it will kind of act as a form deletion point. Besides that, all the normal things are there, like account notification settings, appearance, security, and everything. I think that is all about the thing. Still, I'm working on few of the features. Like I'm planning to make it integration ready, so that user can see the notification and everything on their favorite platform, maybe Slack or Telegram or other things. Yeah, I think that is the overview about the application. Now let's jump into the technical details of how I have created this application in shorter period of the time. One thing that I forgot to mention is that you can totally each of the forms will have their own OZ image, so it is totally SEO friendly. So example, if I am on the website opengraph.xyz, and if you check each of the form, the title will appear on the OZ image, so it will look beautiful on your favorite social media platform as well. Uh, yep. So I do want to discuss a bit about the technical details of how I have created the form. The application is sort of built on the Next.js. You can visualize, so you can see everything on. I have open source the code, so you can just see over there. I'll leave the link of the code or the source code, GitHub source code link on the description, so you can check on those as well. For styling, I have used Tailwind, and the interesting part that I have, it is also my first time using Convex, so it's a real time backend, and also to have a kind of real time database. So everything is snappy. It do also provide hook like use mutation and use query. So once you update anything, everything will the query casting and everything. If you are familiar with the React query, you might know that you have to manually invalidate the query and such. The Convex does is automatically, and it does have every function that you need. They do have functions which is kind of API that we are familiar with, has its own database, has its own logging system, as well as the backend code. So backend is written over here. You can they do have their solid validator as well. For the authentication, I do want to quickly roll up the auth, so I have used Clerk, and I really enjoyed it honestly. Instead of like my previous experience was with something like Next.auth, which wasn't quite customizable as much as Clerk, and I have also used the services like BetterAuth, and which honestly has a lot of things to manually set up. Clock sits somewhere in between of those and has a really good pricing model as well. So I did really enjoy working with Clock and with Convex as well. For LLM, I have used Gemini. I feel that it's quite underrated in comparison to something like Grok or GPT model. So Gemini worked pretty fine for me. Besides that, I think Vercel AI model, it has become kind of de facto mode for building your next AI based application. I don't think that I need to speak much about those. And obviously Vercel for hosting. Yep, you can just see the source code. If you have any doubts or queries, you can just message, just drop the comment on the YouTube, or just email me. I'll try to respond as much as possible. And you can also try the form axis, and if you want to see any sort of feature to be integrated in the platform, to let me know. I will try to implement those. It's totally open source, totally free, so try as much as you can. And yep, that's all for this video. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.